The Book of Haggai, the Voice Version, Chapter 1. On the first day of the 6th month, during the second year King Darius reigned over the Persian Empire, the prophet named Haggai gave a message from the Eternal One to men named Zerubbabel, Shealtiel's son, and the Jewish governor of Judah, and Joshua, Jehozadak's son, and the high priest. This is what the Eternal, the commander of heavenly armies, who is more powerful even than the king, had to say. Eternal One. These people living in Jerusalem say it's not yet the right time for them to rebuild the temple, the place where the Eternal One dwells. The prophet Haggai gave a message from the Eternal. Eternal One, do you think the time is right for you to live in secure and lavishly covered homes when my house still lies in a heap of rubble? Think very carefully about your choices. You have planted a large crop, but your harvest is small. You have food to eat, but it is never enough to satisfy. You have something to drink, but you are never filled. You have clothes to wear, but they are not enough to keep you warm. You earn a salary, but the money runs out quickly, as if there are holes in your pockets. Think very carefully about your choices. Go up to the mountains and bring down trees to make lumber and build my house. Do this so I may take pleasure in it and be honored by it. You expected to be well rewarded for all your hard work, but as you see, you are getting back almost nothing. As you have brought in profits, I've blown them away. Why? I, the eternal commander of heavenly armies, will tell you why. My house has remained in ruins while each of you has been chasing after your own concerns. This is why heaven above you has held back the dew, and the earth has refused to produce crops. I caused a drought in both the fields and the hills. All the crops you tried to produce have been affected, including your grain, your new wine, and your oil. All have been damaged. Humanity, cattle, and everything you try to produce yourself. Then Zerubbabel, Shealtiel's son, Joshua, Jehozadak's son, and the high priest, and all those who had returned obeyed the voice of the Eternal, their true God. They took seriously the message brought by the prophet Haggai, believing he had been sent by the Eternal One whom they worshipped and feared. On the 24th day of the 6th month, which was King Darius' second year, Haggai, the messenger of the Eternal One, received this new message from the Eternal and shared it with the people. Eternal One, I am with you. And the Eternal One rallied the spirit of Zerubbabel, Shealtiel's son, and Judah's governor, the spirit of Joshua, Jehozadak's son, and the high priest, and the spirit of all those who had returned to Jerusalem, so that they came together and began to work on the house of their God, the Eternal Commander of heavenly armies. Haggai chapter 2. On the 21st day of the 7th month, the prophet Haggai gave another message from the Eternal. Eternal One, ask Zerubbabel, Shealtiel's son, and Judah's governor, Joshua, Jehozadak's son, and the high priest, and all those who returned from exile. Are any of you still living who saw how glorious my first house was before it was destroyed more than 60 years ago? How does this current one look to you now? In comparison to the first, does this one look like nothing? Of course it does, but don't be discouraged. Be strong, Zerubbabel. Be strong, Joshua, Jehozadak's son, and the high priest. Be strong, all you who once again live in the land. Keep working on it, for I, the eternal commander of heavenly armies, am with you. Regarding the covenant I made with you when your ancestors came out of Egypt, My spirit remains with you, living among you. Do not be afraid. Yet once more I will shake not only the earth, but also the heavens, the sea, and the land. I will rattle all the nations, and all that is valuable in the eyes of the world will be willingly brought to my house. I will see to it that it is filled to the brim with my glory. You see, all the silver and all the gold in this world already belongs to me. You will stand by and watch as the magnificence of this new house will eclipse the magnificence of my first house. And in this new house I will give you peace. So says the Eternal, Commander of heavenly armies. On the 24th day of the 9th month, during the second year of King Darius' reign, the prophet Haggai received a third message from the Eternal One. The Eternal, Commander of heavenly armies, told Haggai to ask the priests to explain what the law says about this scenario. Haggai: if a person is carrying sacred meat, the meat of the sacrifice, in the fold of his garment, and that garment comes into contact with some ordinary bread, stew, wine, oil, or any other food, then does it transfer its sacredness to the new food? Priests: no. Haggai: what about this situation then? If a person who is ritually impure from touching a dead body touches one of these foods, does he transfer the impurity to it? Priests: yes, it is now impure. Haggai: the Eternal One says this is what he sees when he looks over this people and this nation. Everything they have done and everything they have brought there as a spiritual offering is impure. Now think carefully about your choices from this point forward. Consider how things were before you even laid the first stone back upon the other to rebuild the house of the Eternal One. How did it turn out for you? Were you able to do it without me? You came to scoop grain and expected 20 measures, but there were only 10. You came to draw wine from a vat and expected 50 measures, but there were only 20. I crushed you and everything you tried to do under your own power with scorching heat, mildew, and hail, and still you didn't turn to me. From this day forward, from the 24th day of the 9th month, from the foundation of the Eternal One's house, think carefully and ask yourself, is there seed left unplanted in the storage barns? No, but you must be patient. The grapevine and the fig tree, the pomegranate trees and the olive trees have not borne fruit yet. From this day on, I will bless you. That same day, the prophet Haggai received a second message from the Eternal One. Eternal One, tell Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, that I will shake not only the earth but also the heavens. I will upend royal thrones and shatter the power of foreign kingdoms. I will crush chariots and their drivers. Horses and their riders will be killed in confusion and chaos, each by the sword of his countryman. On that day I will choose you, my servant Zerubbabel, Shealtiel's son. This I declare. I will make you my choice, as the signet ring represents the wishes of its owner, because I have chosen you. So said the Eternal, Commander of heavenly armies. The reading ends here. The message of this book of Haggai in one sentence is this: we must encourage God's people to complete the task of total world evangelization enabled by the Holy Spirit.